Hello everyone and welcome back to week 3 of PPL. This week we are taking on SakuraiPlease and their team, the Tuff Tinkatons. Obviously we are on a bit of a losing streak, lost our first two games of the season. Not the greatest start, but we're looking to flip that around this week. But let's get right into Sakurai's team. First of all, we have Great Tusk, followed by a Chiyu, which can terrestrialize into a Fairy or Ghost type, an Alomomomomomomomomola, a Zapdos, a Dragonite, a Tinkaton, mascot represent, a Terragudra, Poison, Water and Dragon, a Mischievous, a Terra Superior, which has Stellar and Fire, obviously taking advantage of those contrary Terra Blasts, and finally a Swadloon, a bit of a 1-point Sticky Web support. So yeah, let's get right into what we are bringing. First of all, we have Iron Boulder, once again, as always, running that booster speed. Do have the Terra Grass this week. We are running Mighty Leaf, Earthquake, Terra Blast, and Swords Dance. Iron Boulder looks phenomenal this game. With the booster speed, we should be able to outspeed anything on his team and do massive damage. Obviously, Mighty Leaf can hit things like Chiyu, Zapdos, Dragonite, Terrify Superior. It hits really strongly into things like Gudra, Mischievous, and obviously the Swadloon is also weak. So Fairy obviously starts off neutral but can go weak, and also with Terra Starlight can never be resistant to it. Gudra is an interesting one, it can never also resist Star. Mighty Cleave, Tinkaton's a little bit of an annoyance, but that is why we have the Earthquake to be able to hit that. It also allows us to hit things like Chiyu on a mid-ground, the Terra Poison Gudra if that does come, Terra Fire Serp also on a mid-ground, it can also hit. Obviously I think Mischievous levitates, so we can't hit that. That is not mid-ground, but yeah, and finally we have the Terra Blast Grass, which does allow us to, we do have just enough attack investment to be able to two-shot the Great Tusk, or with a Swords Dance be able to just one-hit KO it. With a Terra Blast Grass, it also has to whack the Alomomola, which is another thing they can swap into us, also Terra Water Gudra. So yeah, that is the Iron Boulder set, and if we can get into a position where we get a Swords Dance up, we can potentially just sweep this team. Next up, we have the debut of Ursula the Quillfish, running the Eviolite with the Intimidate, Liquidation, Taunt, T-Spikes. T-Spikes look ridiculously good into his team. There is no Poison type outside of Terra Poison Gudra, and in terms of removal, it's just the Great Tusk. So if we can get a T-Spike up and we can maintain those T-Spikes, we can cause a lot of problems, especially because the only things immune are those Dragonite, Tinkaton, and obviously Mischievous, but I doubt that comes. So if the rest of the things aren't running boots, like if he isn't boots Alomomola, if he isn't boots Chiyu, if he isn't boots Gudra, then he could start racking up some big damage. We also do obviously have the option for Pain Split, just for healing. We have the Taunt, Fast Taunt to be able to taunt things like a Setup Dragon Dance Dragonite and other things like that, and Liquidation is just there to hit things like the Terrifier Superior and the Great Tusk. We don't do the most damage to Great Tusk, but we do a decent little bit. Next up, we have Electros running the leftovers this week. We are a decently offensive, specially offensive set this week. We are running Discharge, Grass Knot, Thunderwave, Volt Switch. Once again, Electros looks incredible. Outside of Gudra, which we don't really hit well, we do a lot of damage just spreading discharges, trying to look for paras, and we do have the Grass Knot to be, if Great Tusk does come in, obviously we are immune to ground moves from it, but we do have a role to just one-hit KO with Grass Knot if it's not super bulky. We have Thunderwave obviously to help spread paralysis, and we do have Volt Switch to just be able to swap around. And obviously, I didn't mention this, but the only ground type is that Great Tusk, so we can just Volt Switch. If he swaps into Great Tusk, we can then just plug a Grass Knot, so this thing I think has a lot of freedom this week. Next up, we do have the Skeledirge with the Terra Fairy. We are running the Air Balloon, and that's because this is going to be our main swap into the Great Tusk. We're obviously immune to the Rapid Spin. With him, that being his only removal, we can just come in, be immune to the ground moves on the first turn, and also be immune to the fighting moves. Torch Song and Alluring Voice are very strong. Torch Song to boost us up. Alluring Voice obviously can get stabbed if we do Terrestrialize, but also allows us to prevent setup from our opponent. We do have the Encore this week to be able, because we do have a little bit of speed on our Skeledirge. It allows us to Encore a few things like Swadloon, or Mischievous, or even the Gudra, I do believe we're outspeeding as well. Next up, we have... Oh, and I also forgot to mention Slag Off. But yeah, we can heal too. Next up we have Life Orb, Iron Treads. A bit of more offensive Iron Treads with Earthquake, Ice Spinner, Knockoff and Rapid Spin. This obviously is our spinner. Iron Treads also looks very, very strong into this team. That those three moves, obviously we do have the Ice Spinner to be able to hit the Great Tusk, Earthquake for the Chi-Yu. Alomomola we can do good damage into with Life Orb, Earthquake. Zapdos doesn't like Ice Spinners, Dragonite doesn't like Ice Spinners, Earthquake for Tinkaton, Earthquake plus Ice Spinner potentially if he hasn't terrored it for Goodra, knock off for the Mischievous to get rid of Violet, same for the Swadloon, but also Ice Spinner, and insert with Ice Spinner or Earthquake depending on its terror. So yeah, very strong one, and if we do just like Rapid Spin to get rid of hazards, we can also use that speed boost to do a lot of damage into the thing. And finally we do have Expert Belt Hydreigon. We're running Draco Meteor, Heatwave, Sub, and Stealth Rock. This is a very, very interesting set and is mainly to combat the Tinkaton. If the thing does come in, we are faster. I believe we're always scraping it, and we can just be able to 2-hit KO it with our damage boost from Expert Belt with Heatwave. Otherwise, we do a lot of damage with Draco Meteors into his team. The only real swap in is the Tinkaton, because it is both the Steel and the Fairy type. Everything else in this team just takes so much damage from Dracos. It's kind of ridiculous, outside of potentially a Terra Fairy too. But in most cases, we can potentially just swap on that. We do also have the Stealth Rock on this, just because I think that we can. On the first try, with Tinkaton coming in, we can just get rocks up and apply pressure that way. So yeah, that is the team for week 3, and I'll see you lot all in the battle. Hello everyone, and welcome to our week 3 battle of PPL. We're taking on SakuraiPlease. Very, very interesting team. It's going to be a tough one, I think, but I'm going to try and get through it. Let's see what he brings. He brings the Great Tusk, the Zapdos, the Dragonite, the Chi-Yu, the Superior, and the Alomomola. Okay, so most of his heavy hitters do in fact come. You do see no... Is that no Tinkaton? No Tinkaton is crazy. No Goodra either? That is huge. No Tinkaton means there is no Draco resist on this team. I'm actually shocked that didn't come. Part of me wants to just lead Hydreigon then. I'm kind of annoyed I took Apple so much into having Heatwave be able to kill. Interesting. So, what's faster than Hydreigon? It's the Zapdos, the Chi-Yu, and the Sup. I do kind of just want to lead Quillfish and try and get up my T-Spike, because there's no Goodra with Terra Poison either, which means that if these go up, most of his team is going to get poisoned, which is huge. So we are just going to lead the Quillfish here, and we are going to see what he brings to the lead. We're going to see Zapdos be the lead. Interesting. This thing will do about 30% with the Volt Switch. We won't do much back at all, but we're just going to click T-Spikes. It should be faster than us, right? We have 286 speed. So we have a lot of speed, so we might be faster than this if this is no investment. We're just going to get our T-Spike up. So we are faster, so this is not a fast Zapdos. Okay, good to know. What's he going to click? He's just going to click Sunny Day immediately. Interesting. Okay, so this thing could be Weather Ball, I guess. That's what I'm currently thinking then. This thing it gets Weather Ball, right? It does. We do know Sunny Day is a thing. I'm tempted just to click another T-Spike here, because he really struggles with them. Obviously, immunities are Zapdos and thing. Could be boobs as well. I don't hate clicking Taunt. If he kicks a Weather Ball into me, how much does that do? I'm starting to have a look. Weather Ball would do 42. I don't have great answers to this, to be honest. I could go into you. I do think I just want to click T-Spike again, to be honest. Let's see what he clicks. If he starts Weather Balling, that will be scary. He's going to click U-turn, okay. So we see down He did 21, I believe. I do see the vision on Weather Ball because it does hit my treads very well. But he just U-turns out into Dino Rhino. Is that the Tusk? He does get poisoned. We could go Dirge here and threaten really heavily. He does get photosynthesized. That's also another thing. He does get the attack boost. And he's going to take his first turn of toxic damage. We could go Xander here. But that is kind of risky. We could go into our Balloon Dirge right now. This is like our main Serp counter. So that could be scary. I don't hate it. Like, he might just go for the spin. So I'm just going to go for the Dirge swap here. This will do a lot of damage. We do float with our air balloon. What does he click? Good knockoff. Really good knockoff from him. He's going to do a lot of damage there. He's going to pop our air balloon. Part of me just wants to sack this off at this point. He's definitely faster than us, and he's just going to potentially just... I want to stay in. I don't want hazards to go down. So I might just honestly click Torch Song here. We'll do a lot of damage, but this is our sacrifice. He's just going to click Knockoff again. Good play. Yeah, that's just a good read from him. We could go into Urshifu and intimidate this now. From where this is at, we could actually just go into you. This could be Scarfed for all we know. I don't hate just going ahead clicking a Draco. I think this is the most useless item on the team, so yeah. Does Heat Wave kill from here? That's a good question on Hydreigon if Sun's up. Also want to check Sun turns, because we do want to know if this thing is. In fact, with Sun up into a Great Tusk, we do 67.9 to 80. This thing is just above 60, so that's if he's no offense though. But we're just going to click a Heat Wave here. He does withdraw, okay. Into what? It's into Lubba. What is that? Into the Alomomola. Is this Boots? Is Boots. Okay, good to know. Does a lot of damage. Can we get... Nothing going up. We could just go for a sub here. Or we could go for rocks here. I don't hate that. I'm going to go for rocks. Just make things a bit tougher for his team. It's just a wish. I don't mind. I do want to have a look at that damage. We did just below. And we know the IM on this is the thingy. In the sun, Heatwave does 26.2 to 30.8, which does look like this is indeed physical Alomomola. We will do 71.9 to 84.8 with the Draco, theoretically speaking, so this could die here. And we are going to KO the Alomomola, which is just absolutely humongous. This is an incredible start. We have hazards for days, and things are getting chipped. I do think it's Scarf Tusk then 100% of the time. The way he's playing it, I do think we could see Tusk here, because like there's no CC resist on my team, theoretically speaking. Alomomola being gone is huge. Like, if Tusk comes out, I might just go into Quillfish, get my Intimidate, and just sit. Click a Plane Split, potentially. We're going to see Hooktail, the Dragonite. Interesting. We are going to see it take rocks. Okay. This thing cannot terrestrialize. do think this will still hurt, especially because I'm expert belt. You dance, you are at 75%. This will hurt a lot, I think. This will still kill, theoretically speaking, if he's not bulky. And yeah, we're just gonna kill, that's huge. Down goes Dragonite as well, huge. Hydreigon putting in work in this mid-game. Is he Sun End? Yeah, okay. That's really nice for Tusk. Dragonite dead and a Lomomola dead. Tusk chipped. We know Zapdos is some sort of utility set with U-turn and Sunny Day. That is Tusk. He does also take rocks. I will happily go into my Corphisher. We're going to calc this damage. 312. We're going to see spin. Good play. Really good play. So he gets rid of all the hazards, which I don't mind much. If that is Scarfed, that's actually really, really good. Because it means I just get to collect T-Spikes forever. He's not Scarfed. Okay, so we do confirm he's not Scarfed. We're going to put those T-Spikes right back up. Because I want Cert poisoned. And I want the Chi poisoned too. He's going to headlong rush me. Okay, so he's going to KO me. I don't mind. Wish I had Aqua Jet there, but that's fine. This thing is slowly dying to its own poison. This thing's at -1. It should be... Zonda should be able to take hits from it, so I'm going to go Zonda. See no hazards from his side. He's at -1 attack. We haven't seen item. He doesn't do too much to us. We see knockoff, rapid spin, headlong rush. If he is close combat in that last slot, which is definitely... He could be Ice Spinner, which would be worse for him. We're in a solid position. We'll click a grass slot here. We're going to see a swap. Should have clicked Volt Switch, that's fine. Little Sparks, that's Zapdos again, right? There's no rocks, which is a lot better for him. We do see a little bit of damage. Do we see lefties? We do not. I mean, I'm most probably slower than this. We do 10%. So there is a bit of bulk on this. Volt Switch does 28.4, so I'm just going to click a slow Volt Switcher. You click Sunny Day, I don't care. We know he's not Scarfed. With Sun, we don't kill this. Could go Boulder here. Could also go Treads. Ice Spinner would have a roll to kill. He could be Weather Ball though, which is just always scary. Right, the Weather Ball possibility would KO us. I'm just gonna go into Hydreigon. And this is a pretty free Draco, right? He's about just above 50. Honestly, don't hate clicking substitute. I'm gonna click a sub. We're gonna sub up. And we're gonna see what this guy wants to click. Is it just gonna be U-turn to break my sub? Because that's a good play. He clicks Roost. Okay, that's fine. So we learned this thing is super utility. U-turn, Sunny Day. Maybe no Weather Ball actually. if it's your only attack. I'm going to click a Heat Wave first. We're just looking for this boulder endgame now. Things need to be chipped. He's going to stay in. Is he going to click U-turn? We could get burn here. No. Does that breaks up? Does breaks up. Okay, good to know. Chiyu could come out here. But if it does take poison, then we're fine. Blog, what's that? Is the fish. Okay, does take poison. If this is Scarfed, then I'm in fine with letting Hydreigon go, because then I revenge with my... Yeah, he does actually have to take poison on this turn as well. You, if you are Scarf, obviously you obliterate me with a Terra Blast Fairy. That is obvious. In the sun, you are not killing my Hydreigon with anything here. Even if you are Fire Blast. So that's good to know. If you are Flame Charge, that's terrifying. If you are Fairied, I don't mind clicking my Heat Wave. He does Terrasilize, okay. This is Ghost or Fairy. This has to be Fairy, right? It is Terra Blast. And now I get to go Iron Shreds and click an Earthquake. We see more Poison Chip. More Poison Chip. And now we go Treads, which should always be faster. Unless you're Scarfed. In which case I don't kill. And at this point I don't think you are. Oh, he's gone Tusk. Okay, I'll take that. Sacks off the Tusk. Probably tells me you are... If you go back straight back to Chiyu, I know you're Scarfed. Maybe I should have Rapid Spin. It would have been a cool play. Is that the play we make this time? Tusk being gone's really good. Histocrat. Okay, so this is actually superior time. Interesting. It does take the poison. I'm very tempted to spin on this. I mean, you can't Terrasilize into a fire type because you Terrasilize the Chiyu. You can obviously go for the Leaf Storm, which does a lot of damage to me. However, a Rapid Spin. He does Leaf Storm, this shouldn't kill, unless you like Specs. You look super Specs! No, you're Life Orb, okay, that's fine. No, but with what I have left, I should just win with the U. But you're not set up. Iron Boulder into a Serp. Does not kill yet. Do I live on Electros? One hit. This could be GG's. I could just lose to this. Yeah, he does kill me with that. How about Boulder? I should live if I'm turret into a grass type. We have a roll to kill with this. He's about just above 50. And we do kill. Okay, so that should be game. Come on, Boulder. Here comes Zapdos. He's a defensive guy. From where you're at, you should also take it. Yeah, this looks like it is going to be a cleanup for Boulder. Here if the Scoff's set. You are a fairy. But I know you took chip earlier. You're about 75%. Is a roll to kill, but I will win off diff. And we don't get the roll to kill, but poison should end it. He does hit a fire blast. But poison should win us this game. GG's to SakuraiPlease. And this is another mon he has that I'm misremembering. We still have a full health Electros around. Well, not full health, but we have an Electros around. Yes, we do pick up the win. Lovely. Nice 1-0. Finally get a win to the season. Beautiful. Boulder putting in the work that it needed to do. Wasn't unable to find a Swords Dance place like I'd hoped. Just win the game. But yeah, when I saw no Tinkaton, no Goodra, T-Spikes looked ridiculous, and they were ridiculous. Especially with the lack of boots. I'm assuming that was a scarf. Gee. But yeah, GG's to SakuraiPlease. We're back to winning ways, and hopefully we can continue that in week 4. Bye-bye.